What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Astrovibe Show. For those of you who don't know, my name is Malik Harris.
For those of you that don't know, my name is Makito Chini.
This is where you come to Vibe with the Tribe. Today we are jumping into League of Legends content, but this is a little bit unorthodox, a little bit different than we usually do. Usually we're doing lore dives. Usually we're talking about the graphic novels and the stories and the motion comics and the cinematics and all the good stuff that Riot produces. We watch Worlds. Right now we're going through like all the Worlds events actually from the very first one all the way to the last. We started with 2024 and now we're building our way up so we can catch up hopefully before 2025 drops. But today we are talking about the other side of Riot. The side that people are not happy with. The side that the community is disgruntled by.
I'm definitely not.
I'm excited. I'm excited to just see the full scope of this company that I know and love. I would say at this point we've definitely became scholars in League of Legends, and I won't say Riot in general. You know, we went through all like the video games and stuff like that, Riot Forge and things like that. But yeah, I think there's a lot to the Riot company, and I feel like jumping into, you know, videos like this are going to kind of help us like just diversify and fully understand everything that's going on. Because I didn't know that Riot was owned by Tencent, which is a Chinese company. And Tencent, well, we're actually getting ready to do this animation. Tencent just had a like showcase type of thing, almost like D23. I would compare it to, I guess. Tencent's like I'm gonna call it Chinese Disney. You know what I mean? They're like a conglomerate that does a lot of stuff with like tech and entertainment and all that good stuff. So yes, Tencent owns a part of, or owns 100% of Riot, I think. And you guys can fill us in. I know there's a bunch of y'all that have a bunch of information on all this stuff too. So I'd like to trade info and, you know, hopefully figure out more, because I don't really know the big backstory on Tencent. I just know that I know that Chinese animation in general is going up. We're watching Tuba Hero X, and that's a great show. There's a lot of great Donghua animations. Yeah, Donghua, Chinese anime. Chinese animation, technically. Anime is Japanese animation. For those of you who don't know, a bit of info for you. But yeah, we're not going to talk too much about all this stuff. We'll talk more about this after we jump into the cinematic. For now, we're going to jump into Riot's worst cinematic, according to our sources. You know, we don't know for sure. We will be the judge of that after we see.
When I hear AI, I just think about those memes of the Sasquatch and all sorts of other stuff. And
see,
like,
and those are entertaining.
It is, but it's like, you know, people using AI.
Hold on, let's not go too deep. We already talked too much. We already held you guys off too much on cinematics.
No, I want to say a little thing.
Okay, go ahead.
And now I'm over it. Let's play the video.
What?
Let's go. Come on.
It makes no sense.
Alright, man.
It was made in collab with Riot.
I'm glad they put that out. This is dumb, like.
What?
I'm glad they just told everyone, hey, this wasn't us. This is them.
I think that might have been the channel that re-uploaded this video too. Because I know they took it down already, I guess.
It's so exciting!
Disney, Pixar.
Ladies and gentlemen,
What the?
I welcome you to the stage. Please, get ready for a show.
Gotta take some notes.
You stupid fools!
Oh my gosh.
Audio's crazy.
What in the hell is going on?
Why are all the faces?
Why they all look like frozen?
Hurricane! Spin me faster, no brakes. Hurricane! Hurricane! This is our golden age. Feel the hurricane rise. Gold sparks in our eyes.
Like a runway show.
Wait a minute. Wait, look at this.
Oh my god.
Hold on.
Spin me faster, no brakes. Hurricane!
Oh shit.
This is our golden age. Feel the hurricane.
No. Oh, okay. After this part.
Did you see her step?
Look at this nigga. Why are they doing this?
Oh my god, bro.
For a minute, I had to
Oh my god.
I had to like process. I saw.
Oh man, I'm crying. I'm crying, bro. Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Oh,
I'm lightheaded.
oh man. Oh,
I looked.
I got abs now.
Okay, this is. Have you guys seen that that Long Beach Griffey YouTube video, like the metaphor where he's like in the car and the police officer comes and he's like, whoa man, you know what I'm talking about? That's exactly what I kind of experienced when I seen this, because I swear I thought that was a girl at first. I thought it was
Rise?
jeez. No, Azrael? Jeez. Jesus Christ, Azrael. The bow.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm saying his name wrong right now. I'm fucking lightheaded. You guys know who I'm talking about. He has the bow. He had the bow. Fuck, blonde haired dude. But I'm pretty sure that's him. But the way that they changed all these characters to try to make them hyper-realistic.
Yeah, what's
It's
his
like-
bow? Like what? He didn't even
Why does
use
he
it.
have cleavage like that, though? That's the crazy part that's throwing me off.
He did a little bit of chest workout before he got on stage. Why is his nipple so far left? Go back. It's like past the strap. It's like nipples way out here.
Can we turn
Oh, it's
I
so
don't feel
way
like that's
out
that
there,
too
bro.
I feel like that's normal nipple position. You're looking too much at this man's nipples.
I'm not. I just noticed it when he's walking. The shit moved.
up the
Like, you see? Okay.
No. Oh, no, man. I don't want to look at Yasi's
gonna
nipples.
be you, gonna be your idol. Dance with me under neon lights.
Jesus Christ. I can't get over these people.
Why is he even punching?
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Breathe! No scream!
Oh my god.
We are the champions tonight!
Someone's screaming. Oh, there he goes. Oh my god.
Breathe now, scream. That has to be I know people are putting that in the comments. We're gonna have to look at the comments after this. At least a few of them.
Hurricane.
Even the audience should be insane.
Can we turn up the blow high? Hurricane.
Okay. You know, before we even look at comments, because I have like my own thoughts before tainted by society. Okay, two parts, two separate sides. One side animation, one side audio. I feel like us being in this season right now with all the Spirit Blossom things and the amazing animation, and you have like your Korean exclusive animations and Japanese exclusive, I think it might have been Japanese and Korean exclusive music videos and stuff like that. I feel like we're getting so much beautiful animation, and there's so many different styles and things that they're trying out. I can't even say I understand trying out the AI, because it's just, with the way that the artists are praised, I don't understand why they would go to AI, which is kind of against artists, you know what I mean? And when I say kind of against artists, I mean like we travel, we create our own comic books, and we have our whole shared universe, and like 20 plus like published issues of like fantasy, sci-fi, superhero stuff. So we're always traveling to conventions. We actually just came back from SuperCon in Miami, if you guys want to check out that vlog. But yeah, so we're always in these conventions, and most of them don't even allow AI art in general. You know what I mean? Most of them are like, hey, let us know if you do. Or, you know, a lot of them will just say, nah, we don't really support that because it's taking away from the artist. So yeah, from the art side of it, I don't understand why they would even need to or want to go and do that. It's like, it's almost like a slap in the face to all the crazy stuff, all the art awards they won from Arcane and stuff like that. It's just like, why would you? I don't know. I just don't understand that. And then on the audio side, I mean, the video sucks, but like the audio, I don't know how to say it any other way. I'm trying to be, you know, business-like and whatnot. Yeah. But the audio is even worse. And Riot is half a music company, realistically. Like all the different music and stuff they're putting out. A lot of people will say Riot's a music company, and they just make animations to go with their music. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that it sounds like the song was also made with AI, because the lyrics and shit were not. Ah, man.
Yeah, no, it was terrible. You gotta go back to him again.
I don't know why it's fucked me up. Oh, this shit's crazy, man.
Oh, man.
Why they do him like this? That's fucked up. At least Yasuo, they still made him look like, yeah. Also, I don't understand, like, style-wise. It's almost like no one watched the shit. Like, I feel like someone had to watch it and be like, damn, y'all cooking. Like, you know what I mean? Somebody had to say that and then approve it and then put it out. And that's the part where I'm like, or they put it out and, like, the big ups were like, nah, we really need to push this AI agenda. It's going to save us a lot of money on the back end and blah, blah. And then they pushed for it to happen. And then they're like, ooh, shit. You know what? Our creative teams might have been onto something. It might be that way, too. Because even design-wise, it doesn't make sense because you notice, like, all the League of Legends, like, champions are super realistic.
Yeah.
And then all the crowd is, like, Disney Pixar.
Yeah.
So it's like, why are you even going with two separate... Is it because they're kids? Pixar, like, that Pixar Disney style is so popular that it's like, of course we're going to think Disney Pixar when we look at the kids. And then when we look at these... Yeah, man.
I mean, the AI is one that designed it. But the fact that they still showed it in front of the people that thought, like, oh, yeah, they can't tell the difference. Or the audience doesn't care. They just want Riot to come out with, like, new music and new stuff. I think they'd like this. Like, the fact that they even considered that.
Yeah.
It is literally just like you said, a slap to the face. To their own people, their own business partners, and people like that. Like, now how do you go back into the room and try to, like, come back and say, hey guys, you know what, our bad, it was our fault to even consider, like, this is gonna be okay. So if we could go back to the things that we were doing before, that'd be awesome. But, like, how do you go back to doing that? Like,
yeah, I mean,
if you own them, I get that, but it's like,
yeah,
you know how much more, like, consideration and your credits, like, go down now from just having this getting released and out and shown.
Yeah.
Like, how much, like, to us, like, how much you don't believe in, like, your people and your creativity that they always brought to the table and just always, like, gave their 110%.
Mm-hmm.
That's just literally a slap to the face.
It's interesting because, like we were just kind of talking about Tencent being, like, the company that owns Riot. I didn't know that before, like, doing research today and yesterday. Like, before that. And we have a Discord, so... we have another playlist where, like I said, Tencent released, like, the whole showcase, so we're getting ready to watch that as well. So that kind of got me down the rabbit hole, and then I found out that they owned Riot, and I was like, oh, shit, that's crazy. And then I seen this also in the Discord, and it just kind of pieced things together. But for the average person, I don't think people just know what the difference of, that Tencent owns Riot, first of all, and that I think what I had saw is that Tencent only controls a certain part of, like, the distribution or something like that, and then you have, like, even though they own 100% because they bought, like, majority of it, they got majority shares, or I think they bought all the shares in 2011, but they had got majority share, and then they end up buying the rest of them. But they don't really control, like, the distribution of all sectors. But again, that's all technical stuff that, like, consumers and stuff shouldn't really have to worry about. From, like, a business side of it, since we do, like, run our own business and we do work in entertainment and this and that, like, I understand trying to catch the wave of AI because AI is coming in regardless, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't feel it, like, in the creative space. I feel like AI, when it comes to execution on a business back end, I feel like that is where it should kind of start out. But trying to push it in art, I don't know. I just don't really see that. I don't know, man. This is China too. I don't know how they feel about it over there, so maybe it's different. Maybe they don't. I don't feel like that's the case. I don't know, man. Hey,
I don't know, man.
Y'all tell me. Y'all have some info. Maybe y'all could help us out with that. Give us enlighten us on this whole process. Like, try to do some my research, but it's only one perspective.
Every time I went to the crowd, it just reminds me of the people from Big Hero 6, Ratatouille.
Yeah.
Frozen.
I don't like how all their mouths are exactly this. Every person in the crowd.
Oh! Literally got Down syndrome.
And then look at this Yasuo.
He has a beard. Almost like just half the face. It's just weird.
Does Yasuo have a beard? I think Yasuo does have a beard. Yeah.
Oh,
I think
okay.
Normally. Can we turn the blower higher? Watch me set it on fire. This shit's crazy, man. Look at these fucking...
Oh my gosh, it's just scary looking. Like, what the hell?
I don't like
Even the person in the background, look. cross-eyed.
This girl right here.
Yeah, she's like faded as hell. She's just, oh my god.
And this girl, look at this eye.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know what drugs.
They're tweaking.
Oh, they're at a rave. Oh, that's what's going on. That's, you know what? This all makes sense actually. Now that I think about it, I didn't realize this was a rave. Everything makes sense here now. Yeah, I'm ready to make peace with this animation. Let's look at the comments real quick, and then I know Necrit dropped a video, so I actually want to see what he has to say. He always enlightens us. For those of you who've been on our channel, we always go to him for like the lore, the deep diving into the lore and whatnot.
Right.
So
you must never allow this to be forgotten,
forgotten,
especially since the layoff. Damn.
That's crazy.
Damn, I forgot about that.
Everyone talking about how shit it looks, but it sounds even shit. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Surprised, disrespected them like this. They literally made Seraphine. A lot. Okay, the first three.
Wings Club member?
Winks. Damn, Winks.
Damn, I haven't heard about them in a long time. She's actually punning up the Glock. She did have a big ass like Desert Eagle just like going off.
That shit was crazy.
And no bullet casings were flying off.
I know.
It was just the gun,
Attention to
and then
details.
just yeah. They really thought I was cooking.
Small
Hurricane,
indie company
Hurricane.
guys, give them some slack. They're literally starving. JK, LOL. Right, what the fuck? Yeah, for a minute I almost was about to feel bad. I was like, wait.
I was like, what?
Did they? Because, yeah, I don't know. I know they collaborated with another company to do this. So, and that's the hard part is it's like, who do you put the blame on, right? You don't put the blame on the other company that got hired to work with their favorite, you know, probably one of their favorite fucking IPs, because they're just doing their job. They're just doing what they know how to do, you know? So, yeah, you can't really be mad at them. You only really can be mad at Riot. And again, that's the part where it sucks is like, is it Riot or is it Tencent? You know what I mean? Like, who's actually making that executive decision? Even if Riot was like, nah, it's like with Disney and Marvel, for example. You know what I mean? Like, when Marvel started putting out like, all those different TV shows and things like that, and everything started becoming like way too oversaturated, and they were losing quality, Disney's like, no, we need to do this because we have the new app that's coming out, Disney Plus, and we need more content on there. We need to fill this quota and all that good shit. And then it wasn't the right thing for Marvel, and Marvel started to suffer from it. And now their whole plan is to basically do what Marvel was already doing, you know what I mean, letting them be in charge. And it feels like that's what's happening here, you know what I mean? But I don't fully know. I think we should jump into this Riot video or this Necrit video and then see what he has to say. Yeah.
I swear they always wait till I'm gone to release these things. But yes, I've been gone for 4 days and the world turned upside down. And it's all because there was a big misstep that happened around Riot Games. And it is something that undermined a mission that Riot has been pushing for 2 years now. And all of that came out of this, let's say, cinematic, which was released to promote Wild Rift. This is a piece of something that progressively raises more and more eyebrows. It begins with Jinx looking at her phone. It teases that there is a concert with Jinx and various other figures. You know how Riot heavily pays attention to silhouettes? You tell me if that is Aurora or Anima Squad Misfortune. Also, is that Sasuke? Anyway, then it zooms onto the 3rd anniversary. The 3rd... Oh no. Yep, this is when people realize that this cinematic has nothing to do with cinema at all. This is AI. And as it keeps going, it is more and more unhinged. There is this wide shot of us being in space that is supposed to be an arena. By far the biggest giveaway that this is AI is the generic Pixar style that is used for the audience. Also, what the hell is that in the background? And of course, after you establish that you want to use the Pixar style for the animation, why don't we go into a realistic stylization instead? Yeah, what a real cinematic would do is change the styles in between the cuts. Anyway, this is where whoever made this should be really just sitting somewhere in a corner. Because it is one thing to use AI to promote something, but it is another thing to use AI to recreate a character people cosplay with consistency, and then you destroy all of that consistency. With different tattoos, which are absolutely Jinx's trademark, different outfit, which is a kind of whatever, but also mismatching eyebrows and hair, like would she have dyed her eyebrows purple in this case? But the best part is...
It's so exciting!
Oh, I can sense the excitement from your face. And
I didn't even talk about
speaking of
faces
exciting
first.
faces,
Oh man.
run. This might be the creepiest Seraphine I have ever seen anywhere on the internet. I mean, you know how this cinematic just established a Pixar style, then they threw it away and they decided to go for a semi-realistic stylization? You know, why don't we throw it away in the middle of the cinematic too, and let's just go for hyper-realism? I mean, looking at this,
How
I
big
have
eyes
to
are, I
admit,
see. And eyebrows.
Seraphine mains suffered a lot. This might be too much. Not getting a Wild Rift skin? Yeah, I get that you're mad. Getting a Wild Rift cinematic? I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. But you know, I don't think Ezreal mains have a lot to complain about, so here you go. Here's something for your life.
Oh my
Also, I
gosh.
like how now we go back and Ezreal is now suddenly slightly more stylized. But then we go to Yasuo, who is suddenly very hyper-realistic
Look
for
at his
no
eyebrows,
reason at
look at
all.
his
Also, he lost
forehead.
quite a bit of his iconic hair. And
Jeez
while
Louise.
everyone got dressed
That's
up
like double
because this is
duplicated.
supposed to be a
Vegeta.
concert, the internet doesn't really have a lot of
full
references
forward
of
hair.
Yasuo being in casual clothing. So the AI just gave him his normal Ionian attire. But you know, we tried the Pixar style. We tried the stylized version. We even went for hyper-realism. So now let's just go to the 2D Adobe animations that we are all used to, right? And that is all here to do but one thing, and that is to celebrate the 3rd birthday of Wild Rift. What an honor, which is here celebrated by everyone fusing their hands together. After which a great twist happens. The minions attack.
You stupid fool!
You have no idea how much I wish this was made up. This feels like the old animes from the 80s before the West figured out how to do voice acting. And so they all fight the minions. Yasuo brings up his blade, and Jinx, her iconic Glock, which is fully automatic.
Oh,
You
shit, I didn't
know,
even
her
notice
precious weapon from Arcane. Do you think Piltover ditched Hextech for 9mm? But then, let's not forget Seraphine, who is known
Straight
for her martial arts. Then there is just more absolute chaos that doesn't mean anything in this cinematic. It's just weird shots without a point. Then we get a shot of the front row people here paralyzed while the background moves.
the people in
then
the background are
Seraphine,
different
of
from the
course,
people in
known
front.
here paralyzed.
Whoa.
Dude,
Yeah, I
that's
didn't even notice these
crazy. Oh, that's sketchy as hell.
Wow, that's great. Just 3 Pixar people, and then they just filled it in with...
Yeah, that girl.
Wow.
Oh my god, that's scary.
Why are they doing this?
While the background moves. Then Seraphine, of course known for her voice, just kicks people in the nuts. Jinx's Glock turns into a Desert Eagle, which is still fully automatic,
Desert
but
Eagle.
it's not enough. So apparently, she whips out fish bones. With fish bones, of course, being a flamethrower.
Oh.
You know,
Wait.
the most iconic weapon in the history of League of
shit.
Legends because everyone knows it
rocket
from
launcher.
Arcane for being a flamethrower. And so nothing really happens. There is supposed to be a fight, but we're back in an arena where nothing is happening. And it is a different arena now. And the front row is still frozen while the background moves. Which is when
Look at all these
the
faces.
singing happens. And that's when I want to poke my eyes out. Ignoring the creepiest version of Ezreal, which is inconsistent even with the previous version here. Jinx pops up with pieces of her body as well as her equipment just hovering in the air. Like, what did they use for the prompts? Did they reference that one infamous augmented reality from Worlds? Because those shots are creepily too similar. And then you just get the most blatant,
haven't seen
flat
that one
AI shots imaginable. No continuity, no reason for anything to do anything. What's better, there are just completely random characters in the middle of all of this. Who is that? Is it a teaser for the Darkened Blade?
Notice that.
Ooh, we're getting another handsome champion. The worst part is, there is one more minute of all of this.
that Darius's brother?
Everything I've shown you only happens in the first minute. This cinematic is 2 minutes 22 seconds. And we didn't even get to talk about the song, which is obviously AI too.
Breathe! Now scream! We are the champions tonight!
Why? I am the one who wants to scream. So I refuse to poke my eyes out, so we are moving on. Instead of suffering, let's actually talk about what the fuck happened here. You see, this is another episode of Riot giving the rights to their IP to people who are dragging it through the mud. And in this case specifically, it actually had nothing to do with Riot. There is nobody at Riot who was directly connected to this. No, this was Tencent, which makes it a lot harder for Riot to deal with this. You see, this isn't Riot's first rodeo with AI ruining their reputation.
they did
The
that?
first time this
That's
happened is when a Brazilian
crazy.
publisher got an editor to make them a promo for their esports. And that outsourced editor used AI during the times AI couldn't even make a human. Remember Will Smith eating spaghetti?
Oh my god.
That was probably better than the promo. And so after that happened, Riot immediately cut ties with the person who made that happen, and they immediately went full throttle on letting people know they have never used generative AI themselves and they
Damn.
don't plan on using it. Side note, with that said, I think we should mention that up to this point, Riot still has job offerings on their website where they are looking for people to specifically research generative AI. Which also doesn't help. But then once again, after Riot fought against the allegations that dropped the first time, lo and behold, the overlords from overseas kinda undermined that entire mission. And so now, this is just awkward. The issue is that the quote-unquote cinematic entirely missed because it is supposed to be celebrating Wild Rift. It is the 3rd birthday, and so
Oh shit, that's right.
why would they cheap out on the cinematic? But also, this was posted on the official Weibo account for Wild Rift. Now, some of you may know that there are a lot of cinematics in the East that simply never reach the Western audience. And that is both cinematics for Wild Rift and sometimes even League of Legends. That is because all of those cinematics are directly funded by Tencent, meaning that they never reach the West because of rights. In the vast majority of the cases, they just stay on the Eastern platforms. Meaning that because this was posted on Tencent's platform and not in the West, they obviously commissioned this, which means they had to review this, and they also had to approve it. Who looked at this? The
Okay,
big
I'm
issue
glad
here
it's
is that we
showing
are
us.
still
Oh
talking
my
about
God!
Riot IP.
Stop showing
It is
that one.
Riot who should still hold power over who and how promotes that IP. And in this
shit,
case,
yes.
there is no way they didn't have a tool to stop this. Especially since this is a promotion for an event in Wild Rift that is also in the West. And that is exactly why the unthinkable happened. A person from Riot, not Tencent. In fact, this is Papa Smoothie, who is the executive producer on Wild Rift at Riot, who actually took a step forward and took the hit, which is admirable. But the statement is also funny. Hey folks, yesterday we posted a creator-made video on our official Weibo channel that, quite frankly, did not hit the mark. When we post content on our official channels, it's on us to maintain a high-quality bar and be clear about where it came from. Thank you for all the feedback. We can and will do better. Hey, as an apology, that's pretty good. It is straight to the point. But saying that this was creator-made doesn't really help. If it is commissioned, then it is you who decides if it is creator-made or if it is made by a studio. Then again, remember that this individual is not responsible for what happened here. That would be Tencent. And I kinda love how that is hinted in this message when they said that we are responsible for also letting you know where this came from.
Yeah, but they didn't.
But they don't mention Tencent to not be in trouble.
Oh, I noticed
Also,
that too.
saying that this did not hit the mark would be an understatement. I think everyone agrees with what SpiderX mentioned here. Sure, it was Tencent who made a poor decision, but Riot definitely should have the toolkit to keep this under control. And so when Papa Smoothie mentioned that they will do better, let's hope that they mean that they will have better control over what is happening around Wild Rift.
Question. So, this guy SpiderX in the bottom, I noticed he said, even if it was Tencent who commissioned and published it, you guys in LA need to have a firmer grasp on who works with WR, Wild Rift. It's kind of insulting to the Chinese player base to think having AI slop be acceptable for an event. I feel like I can kind of see where that's going. What are your guys' thoughts on that specifically? Like, do you feel like this is Tencent's responsibility? Do you feel like Riot should somehow figure out a way to say, hey, no, we can't do that because that's, disrespectful to the player base? Or do you feel like when it comes to the fan base sometimes, and this is something I go back and forth with, when it comes to communities of any big IP, I feel like the community's always divided into people who love the IP and they're like, hey, I just want to see this do better, and people that, just like with any like superhero, like Spider-Man or something like that, you can't really wait to see them fumble, so that way you can be like, look at that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, I really want to see your guys' thoughts, because I feel like this is a big issue. I feel like this is something that I see a lot of things about, fucking loot boxes and fucking all kinds of things that Riot's doing or not doing. But for the most part, I feel like Riot, in my opinion, is above the negative. You know what I mean? I feel like Riot's killed it and they've delivered a lot of great things.
Yeah.
Yes, there are dilemmas and setbacks, but I feel like for the most part, they're usually like, you know what? Okay, we should probably address this and fix it. From what I've noticed. So let me know your guys' thoughts, because as I said, I feel like at this point we've entered that realm of League of Legends scholars, but we don't know everything. You know what I mean? There's a lot more lore that we can learn. There's a lot more about the actual League of Legends game we could learn. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff out there content wise. So yeah, let me know. I'd appreciate that, you guys.
In the past, Wild Rift had quite the banger cinematics. Sometimes they were far higher quality than what League had. And sometimes they weren't. But let's be honest, as long as it doesn't look like that, I would take a happy birthday written on a napkin.
Alright.
He's spitting.
Said a lot of the things that, kind of like we kind of discussed. I'm glad that we had like a full conversation before going into it. I had a lot of things that I wanted to say prior to going into this. Even when I was just doing the research, like a lot of questions and things, and I was just like, I just don't understand. Which again, love for you guys to help fill in those gaps.
I'm like those dogs right now, weeping and crying on the inside. Just hurts my soul seeing that kind of thing play out and just get broadcasted for people just to see and just be very disappointed with it. So
it sucks because like we're in the internet age, so it's not even like it got broadcasted to the West. You know what I mean? It's just the internet. Is gonna talk about it. Yeah, you know what I mean. So and that's something to keep in mind too. Is like it didn't have like a huge widespread. It was an isolated area, and then people found it and brought it. But I thought it was good to talk about anyway, and just kind of even just making those distinctions of like who Tencent is, who Riot is, who this and that. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys. We appreciate you. We're gonna be dropping a lot more League of Legends content coming up soon. We've been traveling around and stuff like that, doing all our convention stuff, a lot of trips, a lot of vlog stuff. If you guys want to see any of that stuff and see why we've been kind of delayed on posts, definitely check out our vlogs. There's a lot of cool, interesting, fun things happening.
Ooh, there's a lot.
Yeah, a lot of
things.
Fun. A lot of things.
Good things, bad things collided with each other and mixed around and made a great thing.
Yeah, a lot of crazy shit, man.
Yeah, it's great.
So, all right, until next time.
Thanks, guys, for being here watching this with us. Unfortunately, it was it was good.
You look down now.
Bad. I am, man. It's just it was just.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Till next time. Much love.
Next time.
See you in the Discord.
AI's coming for us.
Peace.